In this video, I'm going to share everything I packed and everything I wore when I walked across the Grand Canyon rim to rim. I'll start with the morning and what I wore. In the morning, we thought it would be pretty cold, so I started off with my Swix hat, that's my favorite, a pair of shorts, and my down LL Bean puffy coat that packs up to almost nothing. We brought micro spikes because we were told there might be ice at the trailhead, but as soon as we got to the North Kaibab Trail, we talked to the park ranger and he told us that wasn't something we needed to worry about. So that was a little bit of weight that we got to leave in the car. The other clothes I brought this great Outdoor Research sun hoodie. Super cool, ventilated on the side, has a hood, and I wore that almost the whole day with just a jog bra underneath it. This sun hat also was on me almost the whole day. Sometimes I dumped water in it and put it on my head. This was something I bought at the very last minute, but it turned out to be one of the most valuable things I had. It's a cooling cloth. This one is from REI, and I used that, dipped it in the water all the time to stay cool. But eventually, I was just wearing it over my head under the hat for another layer of protection from the sun. I brought a spare pair of socks and kept them dry and fresh. I changed into those at Phantom Ranch when I took my shoes off and my socks off for about an hour to cool down. I was really afraid of chafing, so I brought a second pair of shorts in case things just rubbed me the wrong way. This is just a soft, stretchy pair, and I never needed them. But they were so small, it was worth it to have them in my bag. Of course, I had sunblock for the lips, for the face, legs, head, everything. On my feet, I wore the Darn Toughs in these Ultra Trail runners, and that worked great for the whole time. In terms of electronics, I brought just a couple of things. I had my phone with a downloaded map, and of course I used it to take lots of pictures. I had the GoPro with 2 spare batteries, and I had this charging device, which I could use to charge my phone if I ran out of battery, and also to charge my rechargeable headlamp. I also brought earbuds. I thought I might get really bored walking or just need to chill out a little bit. I never really needed to put those on. I was just talking to other people or enjoying nature the whole time. One more piece of electronics I had was my headlamp. This one has a rechargeable battery, lots of different settings. I didn't buy it for the trip. I had it already, but that worked out great. So in terms of food, I didn't put everything out here, but I brought a bunch of these UCAN energy gels. I really wanted to be able to stay ahead with fuel, so those were just really easy to eat while I was walking. This Ziploc bag represents what I call power tortillas. I discovered when I was hiking with my kids that these were the best things for energy. Power tortilla, it's just flour tortilla, spread peanut butter, spread jelly, and wrap it up. So I pre-wrapped like 5 or 6 of those and brought them with me. I ate 3 or 4 of them. I also had a couple of treats. I had a bag of Fritos, which is that crunchy, salty food is so welcome halfway through the hike. And then I had a little bag of peanut M&Ms and a little bag of Sour Patch Kids, which are good pick-me-ups for the last little bit of the hike to give you energy and to share with friends. So I probably overdid it with water, but I'm glad I did. It made me feel comfortable and I didn't have a problem with the weight. I had 2 sets of water. I had this Platypus bladder, which honestly I've probably had for 20 years and the thing still works great. This is a 3-liter bladder and I kept it full at 3 liters with plain water and refilled it whenever I had the opportunity. And then I had this 1-bottle adapter, and this is basically makes a smart water bottle or any other water bottle like this into kind of like a Camelback with a hose. So this one I filled with water and electrolytes. And so I had one hose on one side, another hose on the other, one with electrolytes, one with plain water. And that worked out great for me. It was really easy to access. This little thing is one of the things I bought before the trip. It's a ultralight backpacking accessory. It's a little pocket that goes onto the backpacking strap. And I kept my iPhone, my sunblock chapstick, and my sunglasses in it. Super easy to access. And that was one of the things I really found out in my big training hikes was I didn't want to have to deal with stopping to access things. And then there's just a couple of other accessories that I packed. This was my kind of like emergency bag. I was, again, terrified of chafing and blisters. I didn't have problems with either. This has got 2 rolls, little mini rolls of duct tape, a little stick of Glide, and some Spartan salt tablets, hydration tablets that I had around. Didn't need to use any of that. And then in here, I had kind of, maybe you'd call it a poop kit. I don't know. I had Kleenex in a Ziploc bag. There were more bathrooms than I expected in the Grand Canyon. So the only time I used the Kleenex in the Ziploc bag to pee was on the way to the trailhead in the early morning drive when we pulled over and all jumped out to relieve ourselves. But just in case, I had this, which is called a Biffy bag. That is in case you need to go number 2 on the trail. You can look them up. There's lots of YouTube videos about them. Again, I thought, what are the things that even if I'm in pretty good shape could ruin my day? And those were chafing, blisters, and having to poo. All of this I put in my Jade 28 pack. So down puffy after I took it off. Extra care bag. Shoes I wore. My hat. Extra shorts. Extra socks. Sunblock. Electronics. Sun hoodie I wore. Sun hat I wore. Cooling cloth I wore. All the food, including that's not here, inside. I put the GoPro and the spare batteries in here, so they were easy to access. I put snacks that I wanted access to in here. I had one water bottle in the side pocket with the hose running up and attached to the strap, and the platypus water bladder in here, hooked on here, with the hose coming out through the side. And I won't mount it right now, but I had this pocket attached right on my pack strap so that I could have my phone, my sunblock, and sunglasses all handy right here. I'm not an expert, but if you have questions, put them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. And I hope you'll subscribe. I've got more videos. I did one about crossing the Grand Canyon with lots of updates as it happened. I did a bunch about how I trained and whether I'd be ready. And I want to do more about micro adventures that I take in the outdoors. Thanks.